So I'm gonna start juicing, and it's gonna be a little loud, so I'm not gonna talk during this part. I do break it up in 2 sections, and I do have a 8-cup, 2 liters measuring cup. I like to stick it in here. It holds pretty well. About half the batch goes in there, and then I have a, I think it's like a 3-quart or 4-quart pitcher, and you'll see why I use this. The other thing that we use, I have to get in a minute, but I'll show you in a second. It's my strainer. The kids don't really like the foam that comes from the juice, so we'll strain the foam, you know, 3-4 scoops of the foam. We'll scrape that out, and then obviously you mix it real well with a, you know, a spoon of some kind, a large spoon. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the juicing, and here we go. I got a little ahead of myself. I started to do the apples. Normally I don't do the apples on that first batch. But what I normally do is I take the top off, and I like to push back whatever kind of built up there. I noticed that if you allow it to build up, you'll start getting a thick juice, because what's happening is not really allowing the pulp to go back, so it holds the pulp in here, and it pushes down more of the pulp into the basket where it holds the juice, and that starts to clump up, and you'll start to see it actually clump up. A lot of people continue to juice even though it's doing that, and it's really giving the motor a hard time, and it's not really giving you a whole lot of juice per your product, and you're getting a lot more fiber in there. So just clean it out, and it just takes a few moments to do that. Then what I do is take our pitcher. The pitcher has a spot to where your spout is, but I like to have this one because it kind of closes that area. It keeps it less air getting in there, because obviously there is an oxidation factor. The more air is exposed, the more oxidation occurs in the product. So we want to kind of limit that as much as we can. And the thing about the juicing, a lot of people use different types of juicing. You have the Norwalk juicer, you have the masticating juicers, your centrifugal juicers. We use that for the speed and the convenience of it. I know it does break down the nutritional value a little bit more, but my wife healed herself. I healed myself, obviously with God's power and grace. Everything can be done, and with the food He's given us, everything, the healing powers within us. He's designed our bodies to heal itself. So with all of that, even with this type of juicer, even with this, non-organic product, our bodies responded to it and it still worked. So, there's a lot of people say, well, you got to be organic and it has to be this kind of juicer. Just so you know, we healed ourselves with the help of God, with the help of the right vegetables, with the help of the convenience of technology of making a juicer like this. It still works. And so it doesn't have to be a certain way, but if you can just get your juice in, that's what really matters. So we're going to go on to the second half of the juicing. So you can see here, this is a lot of foam there, and that's what the kids are not too happy about, is that foam. So we're gonna pause for a quick second. I'm gonna grab the strainer and I'm gonna show you what we do. Okay, I'm back. Here's my wooden spoon. Normally I like to give it a good stir. And the 2-quart pitcher really does not work because you do get a good amount of juice out of it. And so we found one that holds a little bit more and it works out better for the one batch. But normally I just take a strainer to get the foam out, allow it just to get as much juice out of it as possible, and then just put the foam away. Now some people like the foam. It thinks it gives it an Orange Julius type of effect. I don't really mind it as much, but the kids don't like it. So with the kids, we like them to get their green juice in, and the more we can get in them and the more they like to drink it, the more benefits they get, and the more health benefits they get, and the more they'll want to do it and continue to do it as they move on in life and as they continue their journey into better health. So that's our straining process. With our lid, it kind of actually helps to hold back our foam as well, whatever's left in there. Now we do recommend canning jars. We started out using old spaghetti jars, old jars that we just had, and we noticed the oxidation factor was huge because there was so much air getting in there. It kind of deteriorated the actual nutrition that was in there, and you tasted it. You can taste the difference. So when we actually went ahead and bought our own candy jars, I mean, these are like $6 at Walmart. It doesn't need to be heat tempered as like the Mason jars are. This is more of a generic type of candy jar. But like I said, most canning jars are for the heat process, for canning. All we're trying to do is just, limit as much air in here as possible. Now, we do recommend that you fill it up to the top. We don't do that. If it's just you or just a few people, go ahead and fill it up to the top. It should be about 16 ounces to the top. We fill it up right to the edge here, which is about 12 ounces. And that's just to get our quantity out. We drink it pretty fast, so it's not really a whole lot there. Like I said, with doing it this way, the process of healing was not altered. I'm sure it could have maybe helped it a little bit more, but really the job was still done. So this is how we do it. We just pour it in here. Let our lid on. A lot of times, you know, these are being drunk right as they come out. Within usually, you know, 8 hours, everything is gone. And then we start our next process of a new batch. On the weekends, we normally like to do 4 batches. And on the weekdays, we like to do 3 batches. We would really love to do more. I mean, obviously, the more you get in, the better. But this is part of what we do. This is who we are now, and it really is so beneficial. I know a lot of people, I take this to work, and a lot of people think it looks like crap. But you know, it's the question I ask them is, what's the color of your crap? Because if you're having green crap, you're really not feeling well. So most crap is brown. So it just looks like green juice, which green usually means life. Brown normally means that it's dirt or yet to grow. So green juice is the way. Green juice is life, you know, because there's so much nutrients in it. So that's our juicing process. I'm going to continue to juice the rest of the batches, but I want to at least show you. And now the kids know there's no excuses why you can't juice at home. Thank you.